The purpose of this video is to demonstrate my thought process in analyzing some data from an experiment I ran. The experiment was SAC305 solder alloy as your working electrode and sodium chloride 3.5% as your electrolyte. So I've got the data file right here. What I did was I ran a series of experiments to try to get some basic ideas of the electrochemical processes going on. So what I did was to try to get as much data in one run while I was overnight. What I did was I set up OCP, EIS, LPR, and potentiodynamic experiments sequentially from least destructive to most destructive. I understand that the LPR experiment may potentially disturb the surface of the electrode, rendering useless potentiodynamic data. This was just for an experimental, just check out my brain on this process. So what I've got here is I've got the reference electrode. I set that by default or standard practice for myself, just so I can go back and look at it, even though I doubt we'll ever have to use that. I've got the density and equivalent weight for SAC305 solder alloy, and I have changed that to remeasure OCP per action. So the open circuit potential settings, what I did was in playing around, I found that duration, I put in 100 seconds because I was trying to suss out if it was going to terminate this step based off duration or the drift rate, and it appears to be terminating off of the duration and not drift rate. So I need to figure that part out. So I've left all those settings the same. So I've done potentiostatic EIS from 100 kilohertz down to 10 millihertz with a 10 millivolt RMS. And I've left all those the same. And then I did LPR. Again, I've just used the default settings here. And the potentiodynamic, again, default settings. So what I've done here, so these are from when I was initially trying to learn this. So what I'm going to do is what I found in, that makes sense in my mind, is I extract each individual thing. I'm going to send it for the for recording, and I'm going to extract the data, and I'll close this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my OCP data. And check that it's all there, and actually it does look like it only went for the 100 or only went for 60. So just close out all those, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a graph of E versus time, and it went for 60.